so it was a good job by him too.
First two lines been pretty offensively potent the last few games, or last several games. But how important was it for the third and fourth lines to contribute the way they did tonight?
I mean, we always want to. Obviously, the opportunities aren't there as much, but when we get out there, we're trying to do what we can. Tonight, they ended up going in for a couple of guys on the third and fourth line, which is nice.
How big of your first goal?
Arguably my first goal.
Yes.
Obviously, it's always nice to be able to chip in. So I was extremely happy. Yes.
There were a lot of tweets that you're back in the race with Kovalchuk there, making him embarrassing him.
He's not playing though, so it's not really fair.
How big a factor?
Seems to be that this might have been the most pleasing one of the season because it was the most difficult game to win.
I think all of them are. I mean, they're all even. I don't get too high on or too low on whatever happens against whatever team. I think we've got a good thing going here, but like I said, not every win's a win and every loss is a loss. I don't think they get. I don't try to put too much stock in where it is.
How big a factor was Campbell out there creating plays?
So he played awesome. Yeah, last game too. He was flying out there. He got rewarded with some extra time on lines up, and so he should. He's been working really hard. Obviously, he's a hard-working guy off the ice and in practice and games. He's going to bring it every time, but I think he's really stepped it up the last couple of days for us.
How much do you like to see Marchand, the guy who obviously gets benched after that penalty in the second, respond and score a goal there in the third?
It's just a way to respond, right? I guess he just said, bench me anytime and I'll respond.
You said it, not me.
No, I mean, I know he was pretty upset with himself after that penalty. It's a penalty in the offensive zone that's a tough one to take, I think, and he knows that. He did his time, and then he came out and he did what he had to do to help the team out after that.
Sean, somebody asked Peter if he thinks maybe the Bruins are being unfairly targeted with the way they play. He said it's more a case of you're the Stanley Cup champion, you're the center of focus. What's your take on that?
I don't know. I think the refs have been doing a pretty good job, and I mean, can't really complain. I think we're obviously we're a team that's built with some pretty big guys that play pretty physical, and that's the style of play we like to play. And I think every once in a while you're going to have to take a couple penalties playing that way. It's the way it is. But we play better when we have some emotion, as long as we're keeping those emotions in check.
Sean, does this feel like the kind of game that maybe 3 weeks ago, when things weren't going well, you don't wriggle out of this one?
Yeah, probably not. Probably some of those balances don't go our way. But hockey's a different game like that. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But of late, things have been going well for us. But give the guys credit too, because when we were going through that stretch, we weren't getting balances, but guys were really putting their head down and working as hard as they could to try and get out of it. Nobody sulked. Everybody just worked twice as hard.
Speaking of that, is it nice to see Benoit get the goal there?
Yeah, Pooley's been working really hard. I mean, he's I think he's been the odd man out sometimes. I think that game they played with me and Soupy, we didn't get a ton of ice time, but I thought we were really good in the first period, and then Hamill played an unbelievable game, so he's the odd man looking out. But for him to come in and tonight and respond with the game winner, I mean, I couldn't be happier for him. He's fit into this dressing room seamlessly. He's a really good guy, a good teammate, so I'm definitely happy for him.
What's the